O scattered people on the earth, persons who possess neither faith nor knowledge, and who are of the doubting nature, suffer a downfall for the skeptical souls. There is no happiness either in this world or the next.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Oh man, Gita is not a religious book of any person, any particular caste, any particular class, any particular sector, any particular country, or any orthodox ideological person. Rather, it is for every caste, every religion, the four varnas, born of most lower family, the greatest sinner, or more than the sinner, of every age, every man and woman, that is for all. Truly, the Gita is the religious book of the entire human race, and it is a matter of great pride that the Gita is your religious book. Scattered people on this earth, this program is such a journey that will change your life. This journey will take you to the destination of salvation and happiness. Watch this program comfortably. Observe and go with it while watching. Do not allow the mind to inquire or analyze it. Do listen to the word and get immersed into the word, and listen to the words one by one and drown in the words. Just keep listening to the words and keep watching whether you reach the destination or not. It is only for you. You are a drop of light in this creation. You all have only one search, the door of salvation and the attainment of salvation, as well as the search for blissful life on this earth, good health, infinite peace, knowledge of good fortune, and eternal life, in any case, the joy of salvation. To achieve all these things, happiness and eternal peace, every human seeks Gurudev. But can you find it? Yes, it can be achieved. These all are possible only when the authorized Guru or Son of God arrives on this earth. It is the Adi Sri Arun who is Son of God. By following whose path, you will achieve all these things, because Adi Sri Arun is the only way. So, let's start the journey.
Today we have thanked the Almighty. Prabhu, we are us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Thanked the Almighty, Prabhu, we are your devotees. We glorify you from deep within. Shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Created all of us, only you can quench our thirst.
Lead us the path of righteousness and bless us with happiness.
Prabhu, bless us with happiness. Prabhu, bless us with happiness. Today we have thanked the Almighty, Prabhu, we are your devotees. We glorify you from deep within. Shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. To love everyone.
Rid our hearts of jealousy and let us always be your devotees.
Prabhu, let us always be your devotees. Prabhu, let us always be your devotees. Today we have thanked the Almighty, Prabhu, we are your devotees. We glorify you from deep within. Shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Vishnu, your love is pure and true.
Help us to protect our dharma and purify our karma.
Prabhu, purify our karma. Prabhu, purify our karma. Today we have thanked the Almighty, Prabhu, we are your devotees. We glorify you from deep within. with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings. Prabhu, shower us with your blessings.
ईश्वर पुत्र आदि श्री अरुण, तेरा ब्रह्म ज्ञान व्यापक था, व्यापक है, व्यापक रहे। ब्रह्म ज्ञान रूपाय विश्व उत्पत्त्यादि हेत्वे तापत्रय विनाशाय आदि श्री वयं नमः। जो ब्रह्म ज्ञान रूप हैं, जो इस जगत की उत्पत्ति, स्थिति और विनाश के कारण हैं, तथा तीन तापों को नाश करने वाले हैं, उस ईश्वर पुत्र आदिश्री अरुण को नमस्कार करता हूँ।
Son of God Adi Shri Arun, I have come to consult you with the inspiration of Kal administration.
Hey Devi, welcome to the consultation room.
Now you should start preparing to compete with Kali Purush from today itself. That's why I have come to your service. Now you order your warriors to destroy Kali Purush and his representative. Now don't waste your time giving instructions to people.
You have made me aware of the time fixed by the Kal administration. It is a very good thing. There is no wastage of time in preaching to the people. This incarnation of mine is embodiment of perfect love. This is the time for me to play love among my devotees, in which I have to make people realize that first of all God loved man and not man. The whole world is the result of the attraction of this love.
But what is its purpose in today's politics?
Its purpose is man has to learn that without love there is no creation. And even if the creation is done, then without love the life of man is incomplete. Politics alone does not fulfill life, nor is it the goal of life. The ultimate goal of the life is love, only love, because from there the path of devotion begins.
That's all fine, but in today's time, America is a superpower. But except America, 3 more countries are dreaming of becoming a superpower. Today's politics says that there are many powerful countries developed with many atomic bombs which are ruled by the representative of Kali Purush. She is sitting ready to make this earth human void. These powers should be destroyed before those countries make this earth humanless.
Let this time come.
But when will that time come, Son of God?
It's about to come, but not now. Now is the time for the complete love Leela of Son of God Adisri Arun. Before starting the Leela of destruction, the Son of God Adisri Arun wants to give this message to the human beings that ultimately love is the basis of the creation and love is the essence of the world.
मेरे जो भी भक्त हैं सब है नातेदार, सब है नातेदार, ये मेरे सब है नातेदार। लोगों ये अवतार हैं आदि श्री अवतार, लोगों ये अवतार हैं आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार। संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, श्री आदि श्री अवतार। बंधु सखा और मात पिता कह जुड़े अनेकों नाते, ओ बंधु सखा और मात पिता कह जुड़े अनेकों नाते। बालक समझ के पल न झुलाते, प्रेम से भोग लगाते। तुम ही हो घट घट के वासी, तुम ही हो घट घट के वासी। पार्थ सारथी बन के सुनाया, पार्थ सारथी बन के सुनाया गीता का सब सार, गीता का सब सार। जो भी मेरे भक्त हैं सब हैं नातेदार, जो भी मेरे भक्त हैं सब हैं नातेदार। आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार। संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, श्री आदि श्री अवतार। प्रेम के नाते जो है निभाते, जो मुझको है भाव से ध्याते, जो मुझको है भाव से ध्याते, वो मुझको हर रूप में पाते, जो भी मेरी शरण में आते। आदि श्री घट घट के वासी, तुम ही हो घट घट के वासी। काम क्रोध मद लोभ न भाए, काम क्रोध मद लोभ न भाए। मैं हूँ प्रेम आधार, तुम हो प्रेम आधार। जो भी मेरे भक्त हैं सब हैं नातेदार, जो भी मेरे भक्त हैं सब हैं नातेदार। प्रेम ही भक्ति प्रेम ही पूजा, प्रेम ही भक्ति प्रेम ही पूजा, प्रेम ही भक्ति प्रेम ही पूजा। आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार। संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार। प्रेम ही भक्ति प्रेम ही पूजा। आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार, आदि श्री अवतार। संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार। श्री आदि श्री अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार, संपूर्ण प्रेम अवतार।
प्रेम ही सब वेदों का सार, प्रेम ही सब वेदों का सार।
What is the explanation of the supreme power in the words of music? The words of music of a musician like you. In fact, only the foresight of the musician can transcend the limits of the time and see the supreme power that is eternal.
बजाओगे राधा गोरी ऐसा मौसम है, ऐसा मौसम है। उतर कर अंबर से तारे झिलमिल कर प्यारे
सुंदर राजकुमार बनकर वास करते हैं हिलमिल सारे।
ये कितना दिव्य नजारा है,
प्यारा स्वर्ग हमारा है। राधा पूछे शाम से, राधा पूछे शाम से, कह दो कहाँ कैसा मौसम है।
सोने जैसे दिन और चांद जैसी रातें हैं, सोने जैसे दिन और चांद जैसी रातें हैं।
हीरो के महल पे जवाहर की बरसात,
सोने जैसे दिन और चांद जैसी रातें हैं। सोने जैसे दिन और चांद जैसी रातें हैं।
हीरो के महल,
सोने जैसे दिन और चांद जैसी रातें हैं।
हीरो के महल पे जवाहर की बरसाते हैं। सिर पर मोर मुकुट धारे, बेकल जमुना किनारे।
है सुंदर राजकुंवर बनकर रास करते हैं हिलमिल सारे। सुन के खो जाओगे राधा गोरी, ऐसा मौसम है। पावन मुखड़ों पे प्यारी मुस्कान है, ओ पावन मुखड़ों पे प्यारी मुस्कान है।
बागों में, बहारों में, ये सुख की भरी खामें। बागों में, बहारों में, ये सुख की भरी खामें।
फसा में हम मन के गुब्बारे, दिशा में खुशी के फुवारे, है सुंदर राजकुंवर बनकर रास करते हैं हिलमिल सारे। ओ
राधा पूछे शाम से, हो राधा पूछे शाम से, कह दो कन्हा कैसा मौसम है।
दुनिया बनानी ऐसी किसने पुकारा है, दुनिया बनानी ऐसी किसने पुकारा है। बेहद गगन हो जैसे मिलता इशारा है।
सुखद संकल्प यही धारे, नयन वही नवयुग निहारे।
है देवी राजकुंवर बनकर रास करते हैं हिलमिल सारे। ओ
राधा पूछे शाम से, कह दो कन्हा कैसा मौसम है। हो राधा पूछे शाम से, कह दो कन्हा कैसा मौसम है।
हो सुन के खो जाओगे राधा गोरी, ऐसा मौसम है। ओ ऐसा मौसम है, 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 ऐसा मौसम है।
कौन था ये? कोई दिव्य शक्ति थी, महाशक्ति। बस तुम्हें भी ऐसी ही दुनिया बनानी है।
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम् धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे संभवामि युगे युगे।
the Gita lies the knowledge of solving every problem that comes in the life of a human being and living a well lived life. A belief arose in the mind of the people that one should worship in the Sagun form of God or worship the Nirgun form of God. The Gita has solved these problems of human life very easily. The virtuous form of God is only the living beings who reside in this pastoral world, and the Nirguna God is a part of God residing in them, the soul which resides in all. But human has this ability that he can also experience it. Saganurup means where there is a shape, there is an experience, there is an existence, there is an identity that through its qualities you can give an example to anyone. And in Nirguna form, there is no form, no existence, only one ultimate element. Oh man, in Nirguna, God does not have form, color, quality, caste. In Saguna Bhakti, God has form, quality, caste. In Nirguna Bhakti, the Guru is described as the opener of the eyes of knowledge. In Saguna Bhakti, the glory of the Guru is described as infinite. In Nirguna Bhakti, Tirthamala, temple, mosques, fasting, nawaz, tilak, chanting, etc., have been opposed. In Saguna Bhakti, idol worship, daily meditation, sankirtan, tilak, pilgrimage, etc., have been described as essential. In Nirguna Bhakti, God is considered as formless and has been described as the standard one. In Saguna Bhakti, various forms and incarnations of God have been described. In the Gita, God has told the person who worships God in Saguna form, that person is liked by God. But those who worship Nirgun Brahm also directly attain the God. Neither the worship of God's Sagun form is wrong, nor worship of God's Nirguna form is wrong. Therefore, a person can choose any one of the two forms of worshipping God.
आज श्री देने चले भक्तों को जब ज्ञान, ब्रह्म ज्ञान में खो गए, केंद्रित हो गया ध्यान, केंद्रित हो गया ध्यान। जब देने को चल दिए आदि श्री जी ज्ञान, भक्त ध्यान में खो गए, केंद्रित हो गया ध्यान, केंद्रित हो गया ध्यान। ब्रह्मा जागे नारद चौंके, ब्रह्मा जागे नारद चौंके, त्रिभुवन में कौतूहल जागा। चारों दिशाएं शांत हुई और ध्यान धारा पे सभी का लागा। चारों दिशाएं शांत हुई और ध्यान धारा पे सभी का लागा। गीता का महाज्ञान सुनने को, गीता का महाज्ञान सुनने को शिव ने ध्यान समाधि त्यागा। एक अर्जुन के निमित्त मिलेगा, एक अर्जुन के निमित्त मिलेगा, ज्ञानामृत सबको बिनु मांगा। आदि श्री प्रेम अवतार, जय जय प्रेम अवतार। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि। आदि श्री प्रेम अवतार, जय जय प्रेम अवतार। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, जय जय प्रेम अवतार। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि। आदि श्री प्रेम अवतार, जय जय प्रेम अवतार। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि। आदि श्री प्रेम अवतार, जय जय प्रेम अवतार। आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि, 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 आदि श्री जय जय कल्कि।
You can worship God by going to the temple, or if you so desire, you can keep the name of the Lord in your mind while doing the work. This will also lead to the worship of God. You can do any of the two types of devotions, but God gives more importance to Karma Yoga. If you do all your work by dedicating it to God, then your work will also be done and devotion to God will also be done. O man, I, the son of God Adi Shri Arun, begin the 12th chapter of the radiant Updesh of Gita, which is called Bhakti Yoga. O man, Arjun is asking a question that you all think about. Some loving devotees worship God by constantly engaged in hymns and meditation, But there are other devotees who worship only the imperishable Supreme God, the formless Brahm. So, now the question arises that who is the best among these two types of devotees? O man, the form of Krishna that you know is virtuous. There is one Brahm whose part is inside all of you. That formless God is called Nirgun. God said that those who are constantly engaged in my hymns by putting their mind in me, such devotees worship my Sagun form with reverence. He is considered the best yogi to me. There are two forms of God, Sagun and Nirgun. Sagun Roop means where there is a shape, there is an existence, there is an identity that through its qualities you can give an example to anyone. And in Nirgun form, there is no form, no existence, only one ultimate element. God said that He is very fond of yogis who worship His Sagun form. O man, the yogis who worship the Sagun form are considered to be the best of Lord. But I, the son of God Adishri Arun, tell you the truth that the person who, by keeping his senses well under control, worships the omnipresent, eternal, immutable, indestructible Supreme Lord beyond mind and intellect with a constant feeling, that person attains to Supreme Lord only. The person who is present to God in a Sagun form, that person is liked by God. But those who worship Nirgun Brahm, they also get directly to God. That's why, O man, you can worship your presiding deity as you like. O man, worshipping Nirgun Brahm is not an easy task. In this regard, God said that special effort is required in the spiritual practice of persons with a mind attached to that formless Brahm. Why? Because they have to give up their body pride. When you worship the formless, it is natural that you cannot believe in the form. For him, the self-respect he has of his own body, of his own size, he will also have to give up. God said that as long as there is awareness of the body, it is very difficult to attain the avyakt. It is not that Nirgun worship is wrong, it is just very difficult. God is warning about this. O man, but those who believe only in the Sagun form of God and by offering all their actions in the Sagun form of God, worship His Sagun form and considering the goodness of God to be God, they keep thinking continuously with exclusive devotional yoga, God Himself saves them. Lord said that, O Arjuna, I soon delivered the loving devotees from the ocean of death in the form of death. O man, you can give yourself the exam by studying from the book and pass the exam. There is no one to stop you, but the teacher makes that learning easy. He works with you, guiding you. If you have a problem, you can ask that teacher. In the same way, the Sagun form of Lord is worship. O man, I, the son of God Adishri Arun, advise you that you should fix your mind in the God and your intellect in God only. O man, truly I tell you that if you will devote your mind and intellect both to God or to your goal or to your work, then no matter how difficult that task may be, you will continue to engage in it. You will always keep moving towards your goal. In other words, you can say that you have engaged both your mind and your intellect in God. After that, you will reside in them only. There's no doubt about it. In whatever object or work both the mind and the intellect are engaged, then you start living in it. Then you start living in doing the same work, and this is what the Son of God Adishri Arun is teaching you. It has been said that the mind and intellect have to be engaged in God or in one's own work. But is it easy? No, not at all. The mind never stops. The nature of mind is such that whatever you ask it to do, it will try to do the opposite. Stopping it is the most difficult thing in the world. Oh man, difficult but not impossible. I ask you to cultivate this mind. If you are not able to fix the mind in God, then, oh man, you desire to attain God through yoga in the form of practice. Oh man, practice is the only way to control this mind. the way to control the mind, and that is practice. Even if someone is not able to practice yoga continuously, then I, the Son of God, Adi Shri Arun, is showing the way for you. And that way is to work only for God. Even if you surrender your mind, speech, and body to God only by handing over your every action to God, you will still attain God. Oh man, it does not mean at all that you should be engaged in worshipping God for 24 hours. Continuous means that whatever work you do, there should be remembrance of God. Keep working by remembering the words and knowledge of God. Oh man, I, the Son of God Adi Shri Arun, tell you that if you are not able to devote all your work to me only, then you are not able to devote your mind and body to me. Then there is another solution, and that is to give up the fruits of the actions. Do not think of profit or loss while doing work. Without worrying about profit or loss, if you conquer your mind and intellect, then by this remedy you can achieve me. Oh man, just imagine that if you do not think about the benefits and harms of your karma, then bad thoughts will never come in your mind, because the arrival of wrong thoughts in the mind is due to greed. Oh man, I tell you that knowledge is better than practice done without knowing the meaning. That is, if you do not know, then why are you practicing? What benefits will you get from that practice? What will you get from that practice? It is better to get knowledge than this. Better than knowledge is to meditate on the form of God in me. Knowledge is better than practice, and greater than knowledge is meditation. That is, meditation. Oh man, there is another thing that is bigger than meditation, and that is renunciation of the fruits of actions. If you can renounce the fruits of your actions, there can be no greater worship than that. Oh man, a person who is free from any kind of hatred, one who is not jealous of anyone, in which there is no selfishness, who loves all, one who is kind but in whom there is no love, the man who is devoid of ego, one who sees happiness and sorrow as alike, the person who is forgiving, that is, gives fearlessness to those who commit crimes, one who is constantly satisfied and is in control of the body, including the mind and the senses, the one who is determined in me, he is my devotee very dear to me, with the mind and intellect devoted to me. The person who is of firm determination in me, the person who is of mind and intellect dedicated to me, my devotee is very dear to me. O man, I have explained all those qualities which are dear to God. O man, even if a person tries to attain these qualities, then he will receive only to God. O man, the living being who never gets excited and who does not excite anyone else, that person is dear to God. The person who does not get jealous seeing the progress of others, one who sees happiness and sorrow as alike, a person who is devoid of fear and excitement, that person is dearer to God. Oh man, if you pay attention to my words, then you will come to know that all these states are of a perfect yogi. The yogi who just keeps on doing his work, the yogi to whom any kind of emotion does not disturb, nothing scares him, and his focus is only on his goal, that is, on his work, he is in the category of a perfect yogi. Oh man, one should be devoid of desire. Akansha means ambition. Ambition is the source of all bad feelings. In a way, this is the root of all evil. But your question may be that without ambition, you will not be able to reach anywhere in life. It depends what your aspiration is after all. If you want to do the best of your karma and duty, and that is your aspiration, so you haven't done anything wrong. But if your aspiration is for wealth or worldly enjoyment, then that is not right. And this thing is not dear to God. The person who does not rejoice excessively, that person is dear to God, because there is more sadness in the life of the one who brings more happiness than necessary. Happiness and sorrow are like day and night. Without one, it is not possible to exist without the other. That is why the yogi considers both the happiness and sorrow to be the same. One who does not hate, does not grieve, does not desire, and who renounces all good and bad deeds, that person with devotion is dear to God. The person who is equal in enemy and friend, in honor and disgrace, in winter and heat, in happiness and sorrow, etc., and who is devoid of attachment, that person is dear to God. O man, one who equates condemnation and praise, is contemplative and is always satisfied in whatever way the body is maintained, and is devoid of affection and attachment to the place of residence, he is dear to God, a man of steady-minded devotion. But the reverent person who, being devoted to God, consumes the holy nectar told by the God with unselfish love, those devotees are extremely dear to God. O man, this was the radiant Updesh of Gita, chapter 12, in which I told you while removing your dilemma, told the path which will take you to God. This knowledge is the link between this world and that world. O man, today you heard chapter 12 of Radiant Updesh of Gita, and here you give permission to your son of God, Adi Shri Arun. Now next Thursday, I will come again in front of you with the 13th chapter of Radiant Updesh of Gita. On that day, you will be ready to go on the journey of chapter 13th of Radiant Updesh of Gita. Till then, you wait. Thank you. O man, in the beginning of creation, God created the whole world from one part of his soul, from which all the incarnations come to the earth from time to time, and the remaining 3 part of that God's soul was left in the space. Now the question arises that what will be the use of that 3 part of the God's soul which was left in the space? When all the incarnations that have come on earth to establish the dharma or righteousness in all 4 stages will fail in doing so, then that 3 part will come after descending on the earth and will establish dharma or righteousness by bringing dharma in all 4 stages. In Treta Yuga, Lord Ram could not establish dharma or righteousness in all 4 stages on the earth. In Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna, who is known as the complete incarnation, both of them too could not establish righteousness in all 4 stages on the earth. So, the question arises that who will come now to establish dharma or righteousness in all 4 stages? Because the arrival of the complete incarnation has already happened, then this becomes a matter to think about. But man does not take steps to think in this direction. The remaining 3 part of God's soul will come after incarnating on earth, which was earlier left in the space. That 3 part is called as the 23rd Maha Avatar of Virat Purush. He is called by the name Adi Shri Arun. He manifested himself in many forms according to the need, and he is also known by the name of the complete incarnation. Today, he is going to give you that knowledge which you would have never heard of before. Its sentiment or theme has been threaded in 7 notes of music which you will get a chance to listen.
Thank you.
बहती रहेगी ताकि गंगा, बहती रही गीता की गंगा, भक्ति और धर्म की धारा, भक्ति और धर्म की धारा। आदि श्री के संग गंगा में करता रहा स्नान जग सारा, करता रहा स्नान जग सारा। धर्म अधर्म के भेद भुलाकर तू मेरी शरणागत हो जा, तू मेरी शरणागत हो जा। सब पापों से सब पापों से मुक्ति दूंगा, शोक न कर मेरी भक्ति में खो जा, शोक न कर मेरी भक्ति में खो जा, शोक न कर मेरी भक्ति में खो जा। धर्म अधर्म सब वेदों से न्यारे, धर्म अधर्म सब वेदों से न्यारे। अमर है गीता के बोल सारे, अमर है गीता के बोल सारे। आदि श्री का ज्ञान है न्यारा, आदि श्री का ज्ञान है न्यारा, आदि श्री का ज्ञान है न्यारा। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के बोल है न्यारे, आदि श्री का ज्ञान है न्यारा। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के बोल है न्यारे। कलयुग में नाम की देवा, एकमात्र आदि श्री हमारे। हे नाथ नारायण कल की देवा, हे नाथ नारायण कल की देवा। श्री कल की कलयुग में नाम तुम्हारे, श्री कल की कलयुग में नाम तुम्हारे। हे नाथ नारायण कल की देवा, हे नाथ नारायण कल की देवा। हरे कल की, हरे कल की, कल की कल की, हरे हरे, हरे कल की, हरे कल की, कल की कल की, हरे हरे। कल की कल की कल की कल की कल की कल की हरे हरे, कल की कल की कल की कल की कल की कल की हरे हरे, हरे हरे कल की हरे हरे, हरे हरे कल की हरे हरे। जय आदि श्री जय जय कल की, 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 जय आदि श्री जय जय कल की।